as we continue our series on foundational wellness. And I am just so glad to see all of you here. So we're going to dive into one of our another top amazing product. We have a lot of learning, a lot of education that's going to happen tonight. So if you want to send a quick text to a friend, a family member, just let them know that we are going to continue to dive into these products that make up our strong foundational wellness. So I will share my screen. And where are we? There we go. All righty. Go to the slideshow. And if any point you can't see my slides or you can't hear me, anything like that, just unmute or whoever has my number, text me if I can't figure it out. All right, so we are, it's February 19th. We're almost done with the month. Thanks for hanging in with us as we continue on with our series of foundational wellness. I will be talking about a few key points tonight. We are going to dive into what the gut, what is that? Why is this important? What do we do with this idea of gut health? Why your digestive system is really where your health begins. What is a microbiome? I hear that word a lot. What are you talking about? How do we find quality support? And what are the key benefits? Really, why do I need this? Why are you introducing another supplement to me? Why, tell me why, Kanani, fill me in. So this is what we're gonna dive into tonight. And use the chat and there will be a time for testimony and share because I feel like as we started this challenge a few weeks ago, so we should have some great results that we're already seeing. So I wanted to start off with this. This is the gut health axis. And this shows what this is that gut health is at the center of everything in our body. It affects everything. It affects our brain, our heart, our skin, oral health even. I'm a dental hygienist. I've been a hygienist for 22 years, and it's always funny to me, but it's real when my patients, when I ask about their health, for instance, I'm like, anything new with your health since last visit? And they're like, oh, I just got put on blood pressure and cholesterol medication. Like, no big deal, nothing with my teeth. And I'm like, actually, yeah, that's really important. We really actually need to know that. But they don't see the relationship of why I feel like a lot of people think the mouth is a totally separate entity, and it's really not. Affects the liver, our immune system. For those of you who have been on a call with me before, I always say the gut is the second brain of the body, and it truly is. Because once we start nourishing the gut properly, and we'll learn about that tonight, we'll notice that our immune system will increase significantly. Our hormones, I feel like this is something I'm going through right now with this whole perimenopause idea. It affects the way we process foods, what nourishing foods that we take in and what we excrete, but then also balances out our hormones. So this is really the center because it affects everything in our body. I'm going to move on to the next. I wanted to include this because I got into a conversation with Dr. Riggs when we were at Kealakekua in June on the Big Island, and we started talking about just the way doctors approach certain things. When you walk into a doctor's office, what are some of the questions they ask? If it's your first visit, if it's a routine care visit. And Dr. Riggs was like, I always ask my patients, and he for all of you who are not familiar with him, he is a doctor at doTERRA, but he does still practice. He in a clinic, he still sees patients, and his first question is, what are you eating and how does your lifestyle look? So what are you putting into your body? Because this will tell him how our body is processing these foods. And what does your lifestyle look? Are you moving? What are you doing day to day? Are you just sitting at a computer? Like, what does that look like? Before he dives into, you have other things going on, blood pressure, cholesterol, whatever it is. So I thought that was really key because I thought, well, guess what? I just went for a visit. My doctor did not ask me what I'm eating and how my gut looked like. Not at all. So it triggered something in my mind where we do need to talk about this more. And everything that I've read and podcasts that I've listened to, it has always been um, there's always been information, but probably within the last 25 years or so, where doctors are really looking at the effects of everything that's going on in your body due to the health of your gut. So that is the importance of why we want to know, hey, something's not right. We're not operating correctly. What's going on with my gut health? So let's go back. I want to read from my notes just a little bit. The role of your digestive system and its contribution to health and disease should be the cornerstone of all treatment. That is something that the conversation that Dr. Riggs and I had. We all know that achieving health has much to do with nutrition and optimizing nutrient intake. But simply eating the right food does not mean you'll fully digest and absorb it. So if you were with us 2 weeks ago when Kate shared about VMG, vitamins, minerals, and greens, she talked a lot about absorption. We often take supplements, vitamins, but where body is not absorbing it. It is not of quality. It is not what our body is really needing. So therefore, it gets metabolized and it gets excreted. So that is the importance of why we want good quality things going into our body. And we're not perfect, right? Our diet's not perfect. We know our US diet is actually, when you read about it, we really struggle compared to other countries. We really struggle with the amount of processed foods and things like that that are in our diet versus countries that have a lot of fermented foods. They actually have really good gut health compared to where we are. So the GI tract is tasked with responsibilities of extracting the appropriate nutrients we need to thrive, maintain an appropriate balance of healthy bacteria, and then it can decide what needs to be excreted. So we want as much as possible to have all that goodness absorbed, and what is not needed, then it will be excreted through our urine, through our poop. Because of the association between the GI tract and the rest of the body, dysfunctions in the GI tract can lead to many issues, such as chronic health conditions or other things going on in our body. So treating the gut first, learning about our gut is really important so we can move forward in the most healthy way. So what is a microbiome? Like, what is that word? No one, like, what is that? Because I know that's what people tell me. Like, what are you talking about? So the human body has several distinct microbes on the skin, in the mouth. We know the mouth is full of bacteria. That's how I describe it to my patients. When we don't brush and floss, they're having a party in your mouth, in our airways. But the most consequential one for health is in our digestive system. So that is what we call the gut microbiome. So here we are. Here's our Rockstar product. So, are you ready for this? And if you've been following along in our Facebook group, there's been a lot of information that's been pushed out um, this week, particularly on PB Restore. They actually introduced this product um, this past convention, and they reformulated it because they wanted to find something that supports the entire body, all microbiomes, not just the gut. That is the main focus, but they want to support all the microbiomes. So, hence the word probiome complex. Um, I just want to read from my notes again. Your gut, also known as the GI tract, is made up of organs that digest and absorb food. So it also contains a community of microorganisms called the gut microbiome. The organs of the gut consist of the mouth, where we intake food, drink, your esophagus, the tube that connects the mouth down to the stomach. The stomach is the organ that expands and contracts and mixes all the food together. Small intestine and your large intestine. So that is all the organs that make up the gut, not just the stomach. So I thought that was really key to know. Um, gut bacteria or the gut microbiome has bacteria, the most common organisms in the gut that help to break down all the food. That's why we have all the stomach acid in there, breaks down all the food. And we also have fungi, we have parasites, we have viruses, we have so many things that live in the gut, but they should live together in this happy, harmonious type of relationship. When things get out of balance is when we start having issues. So, healthy microbiome, diversity and balance. To help encourage healthy, diverse microbial ecosystems, you need a supplement, which we're just going to talk about. That contains a prebiotic, so that serves as food for the probiotic. Probiotic reproduce healthy bacteria, which help fight off bad bacteria. That's why we always say, nourish your gut, your immune system will go up. So it helps to digest food and break down fats and proteins. So the prebiotic and the probiotic are like best friends or a happy married couple, like they need each other. The postbiotic helps to create metabolites from what you eat, influencing DNA, cellular function, cells all throughout our body. So that is what it kind of helps in, supports. The bacteriophages, which is something I did not know about at all. And I was happy to kind of listen to Dr. Riggs talk more about this. Bacteriophages target harmful bacteria in the gut. So like they're almost like little vacuum cleaners, and they go in and they find the things that are not needed and sucks them out, and we excrete it. And that is so cool because not every probiotic out there in the market has this. And you'll see, like, if you go down to like Mana or Down to Earth, something like that, they'll have a ton of probiotics. They have one that can stay on the shelf, they have some that can go in the fridge, but they don't have these four components. Let's look at this. So, does PB Restore meet these four requirements? Yes, absolutely. It provides 30 bioactive compounds, including pre and postbiotic fibers and 24 active cultures. All of this passes through the acidic stomach lining and gets to where it needs to be to offer support. It is also supercharged with the bacteriophages, which help your immune system. They're like the key, they're the superstars, the superheroes of helping your gut. And I just want to share this, time in this class that I'm sharing that I've noticed a big change with taking PB Restore. religiously. I always take it in the morning because I don't want to forget. Once I go to the office and I'm with patients, I'll usually forget and I'm like, oh gosh, the day is almost done. But I've noticed for me particularly because I'm always regular at the bathroom, but my skin has made a big difference. And I actually went for a facial today, and the girl that worked on me, she's like, your skin looks really good. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I've been using the Viraje line forever. She's like, I don't know. Your skin looks excellent. And really, the only thing that came to mind was that I've been on PB Restore since we got it back in September. That's that's really the only thing that came to mind because I still do my Virage routine. I still do the same skincare routine. So, um, and not that I ever had bad skin. I do want to say that it's not like I had a ton of acne, but I just had a conversation with my 16-year-old because his allergies were flare up. When we have VOG, especially, he's 16, so you're starting to see a little bit pimples. He plays sports. So I keep saying, like, you gotta get on PB Restore. Like, I would love to, if he would allow it, and he probably wouldn't, but I would love to do before and after pictures. Like be on it for a good 30 to 60 days and like let's just kind of see skin wise what happens. Yet to convince the 16-year-old, but that's kind of my idea. All right, so these are the four P's for my science geeky friends that are on here, for all of you that love to kind of zone out in this world. There's a 24 probiotic strains from 22 species, prebiotic, postbiotic, and those four key microphages that acts as the vacuum cleaner of our stomach. Let me just take a quick look at the chat. Okay. Yep. Kate says, love the phages, little cleaners, getting rid of all the bad stuff. Yep. Yes, Bernice, we're going to get into that special way that this is encapsulated because that is key of how doTERRA came up with this idea. So here's just a graphic of how the pill looks. If you don't have it, I'm going to actually show you a video of what it actually looks like. But it kind of shows you what is going on with this and where the prebiotic, postbiotic is. And it is double encapsulated. And that was really key when they came up with this. Oops, let me go back. That was really key when they came up with this because our stomach has so much digestive stomach acids, right? It has to be able to break down all the foods that we take in. That the idea was we can't just simply have a pill. We can't just simply have a probiotic. It's gonna, once it hits that stomach acid, it's just gonna dissipate and not really, it will go to necessary areas maybe, but not really get down to where it needs to be. So that's why they did this double encapsulated pill. And then they did this on purpose where they have the prebiotic, probiotic, they have it lined in a certain way so it can actually get to where it needs to be. And in this next video, we will be able to see that a little bit more clear for those of you who haven't started on this supplement yet. All right, let's play this.
Not aware of all the things that your microbiome can affect. Everything returned to normal bowel movements, which is, beautiful. If anybody suffers from issues with that, you're happy to have that under control. The poop is good. I've just seen less bloating. I've seen less bloating post-meal, less gas. So a lot of times when people think of the microbiome, they just think of gut and digestion, but it is so much more than that. My skin started to clear up, and I don't have a ton of skin problems, but what has happened with my skin as a result of taking the microbiome products, very pleasant surprise. I think the biggest thing that I wasn't expecting and that I noticed was the change in my hormones, especially my cycle. But I think the biggest compliment came from my husband because I am much calmer that time of the month. He specifically asked me, like, what are you doing differently? And I said, wow, microbiome products are working. That's a win. I was shocked about the way that this product made me feel mentally. So when I came to my husband and I said, my mood has just been incredible the last few days. And he was like, me too. I just wasn't expecting that. And then with my sleep, I was sleeping so much better. I was falling asleep so much quicker and I was staying asleep, which also had a lot to do with like my mood too, because I was actually getting restful night sleep. As we're learning how important the microbiome is, it's so great that it doesn't have to be hard to support our bodies in this. We have something that we can get in our cupboards and just reach for, and it's so convenient.
Let me exit this. All right, guys. Whoops. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so, whoops. Nope, that's not what we want to do. Okay, I just wanted to say this. So the PB Restore is a dual chamber time release delivery system. So it is formulated that way so it supports the body throughout the day. So it is time release. So we're not just getting like this big boost and then, oh, okay, we're taper off. It is double encapsulated and made that way in that dual chamber so it can be slowly released in the gut throughout the day. It aids in digestive comfort, micronutrient synthesis, gut barrier integrity, and healthy metabolism. So that's the reason for that way that it's encapsulated. To do an even deeper dive, I was thankful that doTERRA offers a few courses with certain products, and PB Restore is one of them. So if this is something that you want to learn about, you can just click that link there and you can learn more about the whole idea of microbiome and how PB Restore supports all the microbiomes in our body. All right, let me just check the chat. Oh, okay. Sherlyn saying, do any of you take 2 Restore in the morning? Bernie said, not 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, waiting for the 30-day results. Okay, awesome. I take 1 Restore in the morning. Kate is saying, if I am feeling under the weather, I'll take 2. Yep, I do the same thing as Kate. I'm currently on 1 I take in the morning. But like if I'm going to travel, we're actually in a time where like there's so many viruses going on. I feel like my son comes home and always says like, oh, this person's sick or that person's sick. Then I will increase to 2 a day. And same thing, I'll take 1 in the morning and then 1 like in the afternoonish, like around like right when I get off of work or maybe with dinner, something like that. You don't have to take it with food, but when it was introduced to us, they did recommend taking it with a good diet in the morning. So like like fibrous type of diet, whether you're doing like cereal, granola, toast, something like that. I really just take it by itself, only because I don't want to forget and I fast. So it's fine for me. It works totally fine for me. But it was recommended taking it with a nice fibrous diet when we talked about it in September. All right, so these are the 3 products that we've covered so far in our foundational wellness. And I brought up this slide because I thought, well, you guys need to see that we actually have some great savings when you purchase it as a bundle. It is a rewards bundle. So what that means is that you will get kickback points on every order. So if you are on this rewards program, you'll initially get kicked back 10%, and that percentage grows. It grows all the way to 30% that you will get back. if you were to purchase these things separately, and not as a bundle, you would be paying closer to $200. The PB Restore itself is around $49, and it's good for the month. That bottle will last you about a month, depending if you take one or two. So it makes sense to purchase it as a bundle, and you would get doTERRA is offering free oil. So this month, I believe it was peppermint. And then you also get the little glass shaker, and I meant to have it with me. It's actually in my dish rack because I used it earlier. But it's this cute little glass shaker that you put your VMG in there, add your water, and then shake it all up. So that's what I do. And they include all of that in this bundle. So it's so nice. Next month, it's going to be another oil. The following month, it's another oil. They're throwing these oils in here. So you get your wellness bundle, but you can also get familiar with the free oil that they're throwing in. So that's really nice. And that's something new that they came up with. So you get to save some money. All right. Just to kind of recap, how are we taking our supplements? For those of you on this wellness challenge with us, you're probably already doing it. For those of you who are thinking like, do I want to do this? Yes, you do. You want to join us. That's the one VMG sachet that Kate talked about 2 weeks ago. Just one in the morning. Follow up with your omegas, which Kate or Liza talked about last week. Recommended is 3.
I think Kanani's frozen. Can you guys hear her or no? Okay. She's probably going over. Oh, there she is. You were frozen.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, that's so
weird.
Okay. Okay, so I was saying this is just a recap. I don't know what part I got frozen. This is just a recap on how we should be taking our supplements. VMG, omegas, PB Restore. And this is the foundation for our wellness. This is what we're working on. Everything supports the gut, which makes sense because it is the second brain of our body. We want the gut to be healthy. If you've had your doctor talk to you, or you've had issues and you've talked to your doctor about digestion, or he or she has said something about a leaky gut, things like that, all of that can be healed using correct supplementation. All right, let's see what's in the chat. Okay, training course. Thank you, Kate, for popping that in for those of you who need more education. Okay, and before I wrap this up, we do have a class coming up. So if you have questions about what I just talked about, pop it in the chat. But I want to share this. I didn't want to forget. We have a new class that is being offered by one of our team members, Lehua, and this is on Monday on Zoom. And this is the first time we're having the Spirit of Essential Oils. So I'm really excited. I've never heard this class before. So please register and you will get the link in your email. And Lehua will take us through all the goodness of the Spirit of Essential Oils, 6 p.m. on Monday. And please invite, like if it's you and your sister or you and your cousin, it's such good information. And I love when other leaders share and do classes because we get so much knowledge from them. It's so, so important that we continue to grow. I think there's one more slide. No, sorry, I thought I put it in, my bad. But I do want to say we have a sale going on right now. It just launched today, and it is a sunscreen. Our sunscreen is on sale, and lucky for us, like I feel like the poor people that live in like Minnesota and Texas, they're like sunscreen. We're not even thinking about buying sunscreen, but lucky for us, we're always with the sun, and it is 25% off right now. So you have a choice. the restorative body spray, sun face and body, the stick, which I love. So I'm taking advantage of that. The mineral sunscreen with the daily moisturizer. Love, love, love. So my kids use the stick. I use the daily moisturizer. And then also the body spray, the mineral sunscreen. So for those of us that live here, we know that mineral sunscreen is what we need to use, right? Reef Safe, Ocean Safe, all of that. I know my girlfriend is on here from San Diego. So if you come to Maui, you need to use that sunscreen. So I have some for you, don't worry. But yeah, take advantage of that. So it's all 25% off. I think it's just while supplies last. So I would get on it. I don't know if there's actually, I don't know, Kate, do you know if there's a date that it's going to stop, or it's just kind of when supply runs out?
I think it's when supplies last, but I can check.
Okay, I don't see an end date on my graphic that I was supposed to drop
Mhm.
in here. I apologize. But it is in our Facebook group. Liza did post it. So if you're not in the group, please let your leader know. We will definitely get you in our Essential Island Living VIP community group. And then that way you can kind of see what's going on, because we post a lot of information in there. All right, checking the chat, and then I'm going to actually open it up for just testimony. I'm going to get out of this share screen. Anyone have anything they would like to share? Diana was supposed to be on here, and I know she had a great testimony, but if you guys would like to share, just please unmute, or questions. I don't have all the answers, but I can try. No, we're good. Okay, so bottom line, gut health, very important. The gut, second brain of the body. Why? It supports every single thing throughout our body, all the systems. What do we currently want to do? Well, there's a lot of things going on. So we want to nourish our gut so we can boost our immune system. Just to keep it simple, PB Restore has all the things that we need to nourish our gut. So thank you guys. Thank you for being on tonight, and we will continue our series next Wednesday with more education on I guess a superstar product. I won't tell you what it is. All right. Thank you for being on. Have a great, great week.
Thanks, Kanan.